This video is proudly sponsored by the battery manufacturer Yuasa, and details of a special offer a bit later on in this video. Hi everyone, so lockdown is almost over, campsites are almost ready to open, and for many of us the caravan has been sat patiently waiting, ready for us to head off once again. For many of us, however, the caravan hasn't moved or been used for quite some time. So before we hitch up and head off for the first time this year, we should take a few moments to make sure that the caravan is both operational, safe and above all legal. So in this video I've listed some areas of the caravan which we should pay close attention to, and in the video description you'll find a link to a playlist of videos that cover some of these areas in greater detail. So let's start outside the caravan and begin by sterilising our water systems. Usually about March time I sterilise the caravan water systems. I do this once a year. This includes the aqua roll, the fresh water pipes, the water tanks, taps and the shower. It's an easy task to perform, but can take some time for the chemicals to do their thing. The chemicals in question is PureClean. Don't be tempted to use Milton, it can damage the metal parts. PureClean on the other hand will clean and sterilise, and it's designed to do the job that we need. To clean all the water systems can take between 8 and 12 hours. Click on the video playlist down below for a more detailed video on water sterilisation. Now as we're cleaning out our water systems, let's not forget our waste outlets as well. Items such as our waste tanks, our pipes and the fittings should not be missed. Using a cleaning solution such as this Wastemaster Super Clean, the pipes and the Wastemaster can be disinfected and cleaned. The pipes and the waste fittings can also be cleaned using a soft brush and some tank cleaner in the solution of hot water. When storing the Wastemaster after cleaning, leave a cap undone to allow the vessel to thoroughly dry out. Right, that's all done. Let's move on to the loo. Whilst not in use, the toilet cassette can be given a good clean too. Opening the cassette and looking inside will usually show some calcification on the cassette sides and bottom. This really is an easy clean. Simply using very hot water in the cassette and leaving for around 15 minutes will break up and dissolve this residue. Don't be tempted to add harsh chemicals just yet, instead give the cassette a gentle shake to agitate the water. Once done, empty and if required repeat these steps. But once clean, use a toilet cleaner that is suitable for the plastics and the seals on the inside of the cassette. And don't forget to spray the seal with some silicone lubricant. Checking the tyres should be done each time we set off. It is vital that the condition, pressure and torque of the wheel nuts are in perfect condition before we set off. Firstly, let's look at the condition. The sidewalls should not be cracked, show signs of damage or bulging. Secondly, we should check the tyre age. It is recommended that tyres are replaced between 5 and 7 years of age, and we can tell the age of a tyre by using the date code. Look for the word DOT and then a 4-digit numerical code. In this example, my tyre says 0318, and that means this tyre was manufactured on week 3 in 2018. This tyre is under 5 years of age, so it's fine. Checking the tread, which usually shouldn't wear out on a caravan, we need to make sure that 75% of the tread pattern is at least 1.6mm deep all the way around the tyre. A cheap tyre depth gauge can help here, and again check the condition for any cracks or damage. If you have TPMS sensors, change the battery if they've been on for over a year. And whilst we're here, let's check the torque of the wheel nuts too. Finally, let's check the pressure of the tyres. Some caravans will have this pressure documented in the handbook, others on the weight plate. But if you can't find this information, don't panic. I've placed a video in the playlist to help calculate the correct tyre pressure on your caravan. Right, my tyres are in good shape, so let's move on to the front of the caravan. The hitch is the business end of the caravan, and there are things here that we need to check for our own safety and make sure that we are fully legal. First up is the breakaway cable. We're checking that the clip is not seized and that the cable has not got any damage or frayed ends. If you see any damage, the breakaway cable must be replaced. This is a legal requirement. Whilst here, we should check that the jockey wheel is in good condition and it winds up and winds down without any issues. Another thing to check is that the electric cable is free of damage and none of the pins are corroded or bent. Spray some WD-40 in the end of the cable to remove any moisture from the pins. Next, we should check that the friction pads are free of damage and have even wear on them. It's a good idea to spray some brake cleaner or degreaser inside the hitch to remove any contamination. Lastly, make sure that the handbrake can be released and that the brakes are not seized on. Now before we move on, let's check each and every one of the corner steadies wind up and wind down with no resistance. Now there are a few electrical items that we need to check over. firstly, let's look at the electric hookup cable. Making sure the plug and socket are in good order and not damaged, there's no corrosion in place, and that the entire length of the cable is free of any damage. If it is damaged, and no matter how slight, it's not worth repairing, but instead replacing. Now if you can check the electrical items work, then plug in the caravan and run up items such as the microwave, the hot plate and the fridge. But if, like us, you cannot, then you're going to have to leave this until you're away on site for the very first time, and that's exactly what we are needing to do. It's a good idea to change batteries in smoke alarms, carbon monoxide sensors, and I've already mentioned TPMS sensors. In fact, make sure you have some spare batteries for the TV remotes as well. Make sure you have spare fuses just in case, and next up, let's take a look at the leisure battery. We can check the state of charge of the leisure battery using the inbuilt voltmeter, but better still, use a multimeter on the battery terminals whilst the caravan master switch is switched off. A voltage of 12.4 volts can indicate a discharged battery, and if left in this state for a prolonged period of time will cause irreversible damage. 12.7 volts or higher will indicate a fully charged battery. Now as you can see, this battery isn't showing 12.7 volts, and that's because the caravan is switched on and drawing some current. Check inside the battery locker for any damage, make sure the straps and the brackets that hold the battery are in good order, and make sure that the terminals are clean, free from damage or corrosion. Now we should also check the condition of the battery as well, checking for things like splits, cracks or any damage. Now this can sometimes happen in cold weather, so do pay close attention to the case of a battery. If you do find any cracks or bulges or liquid around the battery must be disposed of responsibly. Now a top tip here is to contact your local council on the best location for disposal of batteries or even recycling. And if you are in the market for a brand new battery, then maybe the sponsor of this video may be just the thing that you're after right now. My friends at Yuasa know just how eager we all are to get away over the coming months. And with most caravans and motorhomes not being used since last year, battery failure is prevalent. Although shops and caravan dealers may not be open quite just yet, Yuasa's full range of YBX active leisure batteries are available from many online battery retailers, meaning buying your next leisure battery is quick, COVID safe and secure. In fact, we've set up a special offer with Yuasa retailer Tainer, and you can save 10% off of all your Yuasa YBX active leisure batteries, including EFB and AGM battery types, with the discount code TRUD10. So you can order a Yuasa battery today, have it delivered to your door the very next day, and in the process save 10%. So to find out more, click in the video description down below or visit www.tainer.co.uk/Yuasa. Right, let's join me at the back of the caravan looking at the road lights. Right, at the back of the caravan we should check that these road lights are not cracked and they don't have any condensation inside the lenses. If they do, it's a clear indication that there's water getting in there somehow. We should also check that the lights work correctly by connecting a tow car. Switching on the side lights, pressing the brake pedal, using the fog lights, the reverse and the hazards to load up the circuit correctly. While the lights are switched on, make sure all the marker lights are working correctly. This includes the sides and the front of the caravan. Right, gas. Now all that we're checking is that things are in order. We certainly don't want to be doing any maintenance on the gas or taking things apart. If anything is out of the ordinary, stop immediately and call in a professional. You know, bad gas installations, broken appliances or leaks can kill. So first up, we're going to make sure that the hose and the regulator are okay. Check the date on the pigtail. If it's greater than 5 years of age, then you should replace it. Switch on your gas supply and light the rings on the cooker, the grill and the oven. Make sure that all the flames are a clean blue and not a yellow. If you see any yellow flames, then switch off immediately and book your caravan in to have the gas system investigated. And whilst we're dealing with the cooker, let's check the date on the fire extinguisher and the fire blanket. If they exceed 5 years of age, consider changing them now for newer versions. And seeing as we changed the batteries earlier in the smoke alarm and the carbon monoxide sensor, let's press the test button to make sure that they are working correctly too. Now as you can see, our caravan is absolutely filthy, and this is one of the last big tasks to perform, a thorough clean and polish. Now start by cleaning the roof and then onto the sides, the front and the back. Now, I've included 2 videos dealing with caravan cleaning, one that deals with the caravan roof, and that was filmed with our old caravan whilst in storage with no on-site water. And the second video was filmed last year whilst we gave this thing a thorough deep clean. So once clean, it's a good idea to apply some polish and wax. Then lubricate the lockers and window rubbers with silicone lubricant and spray some WD-40 into the locks of the doors and lockers. So let's pop inside and continue checking and sorting and, unfortunately, more cleaning. So we're going to start with a good sort out and then a clean, making sure that all the cupboards have been wiped out inside and out, and that any food items are checked for dates and, if needed, removed. Things like squash bottles, tomato sauces or herbs, make sure that they're all in date. You won't want to eat them, trust me. Don't forget to remove any bedding, blankets or towels, and scatter cushion covers too. These should all be taken home and washed and dried. Now we like to vacuum under the seats and the bed to remove any sand, dog hair and dust. A fine tipped nozzle on the vacuum is perfect for those hard to reach areas. In the kitchen, clean the cooker, including the hob, grill and oven, and inside the microwave as well. Don't forget the fridge and the sink. In the washroom, clean all around the toilet, make sure the wash basin, the shower cubicle and the shower screen are all washed down. Now I like to wash the surfaces down and use a microfiber cloth and clean all the mirrors with an automotive glass cleaner. Finally, give the floors a good vacuum, the carpets a good clean and all the work surfaces a good wipe over before concentrating on some admin. It's also a good time to restock any consumable items such as toiletries, first aid kit items, medication and items such as sunscreen, insect repellent and after sun, and not forgetting the all-important toilet chemicals. And finally, make sure that all your subscriptions are intact and up to date and are active. Things like tracker subscriptions, breakdown cover, insurance policies and club or organisation memberships should all still be active. And that's it. It's quite a list, I know, but it's thorough and will make sure that your caravan is ready for the first trip away. Of course, this is no substitute for a caravan service, and I highly recommend that you do get the caravan booked in if your caravan has been left standing for some time. Right, and there we go. Hope that's been useful for you. If you've got any comments or questions, put them down below and I'll try my very best to answer them. In the meantime, if you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon as well, and if you can do all of that, then I'll catch you next time. Many thanks for watching everybody, and safe caravanning, and have a lovely trip out there. Take care now, bye bye.